Okay, so once you open up your file, this is the basic screen that you're presented with, and this is kind of the Ableton Live session view, which is the main view that you use if you want to do lots of loop triggering and messing with effects and all that kind of stuff. But you want to do it real time live. You want to have everything you can possibly have in front of you at one given time. So this is generally what that looks like. If you look here, these columns. These are the different layers of the tune. So you see I've named them bass, kick, percussion, syn, pad, vox. It's kind of synths and vocals and anything melodic. Techie bits, which is kind of anything which is more harsh and not melodic, kind of sound effect loops or things like that. And rest, which is just where everything else lives. So these columns are the layers, or they're called tracks in Ableton Live, so I'll call them tracks from now on. These tracks hold these little coloured squares, and these little coloured squares are individual loops. So each one of these squares is an individual loop of sound. So it's a sequence of sound which makes together a loop. I'll show you. Let's start one off straight away. Kick 4 to the 4. There's only one loop in the kick channel because all this tune uses is a standard 4/4 kick. So I'll get that playing for you. Have a listen. There you go. So that loop's started playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Let's say I want to bring in clap, which you can see here. So this clap loop, which is now under the percussion layer, I want to start playing that one. The great thing about Ableton Live is that when you click play, it waits until the next beat or the next bar, or you can see what you want it to wait for, but it will wait until that point, until it starts playing, which means it syncs everything up for you, so you don't have to try and click it on time. So let's click on clap. It's going to wait. There you go. So now we've got a clap. Might as well bring in something else. Let's go down to layer number 5, track number 5, and we'll play Techie Bits 1. Alright, let's try that. There you go. So it's as simple as that. Now, all these squares, I've divided them up into kind of groups, I guess. This first one up here, I'm just going to stop the audio. This one up here, straight through, this one is basically all the clips from the start to the finish, ready to play all the way through. This is I made this for kind of Ableton Live DJs that want to download this tune and just slot it into their existing set. It just means that they'll have 6 different layers to play with instead of just the one pre-rendered mixed down file. You can just drop that into your set and have a lot more fun. Hopefully more producers will start releasing this kind of stuff. I know it exists, but it would be good to have lots of that. The next kind of group of clips, I've called them all clips. You can see down here I've given them names. This particular group is basically all the clips, so every single loop is kind of put into one big pool here. So if you look down, as I scroll down, here's all my percussion loops, here's all my synth loops, not many in the rest, a few techie bits and a few bass lines. Great, so that's all good. So you can pick and choose and mix and match all those ones. As we move down here to the third group which I've set up, what I've done is I've layered them all out. So I've made it so you can progressively flow through the individual loops in the tune, so that you can kind of make the tune from the start to the finish. And the reason I've done that is because if you look down here, these, I guess you call them rows, they're called scenes, and what that means is when you click on a scene, when you start playing a scene, what it's going to do is it's going to play all the clips that are within that scene, which is really handy because say if you're building something up and you're going to drop it, you want to make sure that everything drops right at the right point. So you want to make sure the kick comes in, the percussion comes in, the crash cymbal or whatever. You want all those to come in at once instead of going click, 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 push, 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 and trying to get everything working. You can just click or push one thing and it'll make sure everything kicks in right on time. So what I'll do is I'm going to start from the intro, and I'll show you what I mean by how I've progressed it and laid it out, and show you how you can do it as well. I just have to quickly arm this track here. This is just because I'm recording the audio so I can put it over the video. Okay, so intro scene, hit play, it's going to start playing. Right, first. So there we go. So this is the intro of the tune. Started playing these 3 clips, 4 to the floor, white noise pulse, kicky bits. Right, that's all good. I want to bring in clap, so I'm going to click the next scene. There you go. Now we've got a clap going. You'll notice in these squares you can also put stop buttons, and that's handy for if you trigger a scene and you want particular sound to stop, you can also do that. Great, so next one, clap, white noise build. There we go, that's changed. Once again, it's going to bring in a kind of a build-up noise, which I've stuck in there. Another cool thing is you can, with the arrow keys, you can control around. You don't have to use your mouse. You can pick your clips and your scenes from here. Yeah. Okay, so as this builds up, I want it to drop into this scene, which I've called first drop, so you can hear it here. So I'm going to click this. And there we go, so that brings in the percussion 1, brings in the first bass line, and brings in ticky bits 2. Great. Okay, so that's kind of how it flows, and I've done this throughout the whole tune. You can change it around however you like, you can do whatever you want. This is how I have this particular track set up. Right. Okay, now, what am I going to show you now? Alright, I'll get to the effects. Okay, so each channel, what I've done is I've given them effects, different effects which would be relevant for that particular kind of sound. For instance, the bass layer, the bass track, I've given effects which wouldn't really work over the kick, and vice versa and all that kind of thing. So if we go to the bass, we'll have a look here and we'll see we've got these machines called beat repeats and an auto filter. So I've got 3 beat repeats and an auto filter. These are set up in live. Beat repeats are made in live. They kind of take the beat and cut it up and loop it and do all kinds of cool stuttery things, which can be a lot of fun. What I have these set up to do is it's set up to capture part of the bassline and loop it over and over really quickly. So say if there's a particular part of the bassline you want, you hit the button or you click the mouse or whatever and it catches it for you. I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to stop everything but the bassline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the first beat repeat on, right? And what I have is I have the first beat repeat mapped to key number 1 on the keyboard. So when I hit key number 1, it's going to loop, and I believe it's set to half a bar, so let's try it. There, you can hear it, it's now looping it over and over and over, and I push 1 again to release it. Great. The key under 1 I have, which is Q, is I have set on the next beat repeat, so that'll, there you go, so it's repeating an 8th note, so bring the kick back in just so you can hear it. See, that's already quite neat. Okay, and A under Q, which is the next one, this one will turn on the 3rd beat repeat, which is here, and this goes. So that's in a kind of a triplet type thing. And the last thing I've got is a auto filter. And when I turn the auto filter on, it's going to put a simple sweeping cutoff filter that goes up and down like this. And this is mapped to key Z. So when I push this, you'll hear the sound. You'll hear the cutoff go wah wah wah. Great, so that's set on 4. You can change that down to whatever you want, make it go really fast. But I'll leave it on 4 for now because that's okay. Turn that off, turn that one off. So that's your bassline. It's your bassline channels, and those are the